Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky, and today we are doing a review and wear test of a cushion foundation from Missha. This is called the Glow Layering Fit Cushion. We're giving this a little go today. I have been playing with it in the background, tested it out, and yeah, so this isn't a first impressions. This is a little bit more of a well-rounded review, but we are going to be throwing in that wear test and seeing how she holds up throughout the day. So yeah, if you're interested in this foundation from Missha, you want to see how it performs on my combo leaning a little bit more surface dry skin thanks to this cold snap, just go ahead and keep on watching. And yeah, we're going to be doing all the details about the foundation that I could find and a wear test. So all right, let's go ahead and jump in to the makeup. Hey guys, today we are testing out a new cushion foundation from the brand called Missha. They sent this over to me to test out and create some short form content with, but I thought we could give it a good review and wear test as well. So this is from the brand Missha. It's a K-beauty brand. This is called their Glow Layering Fit Cushion. It comes in a little box like this, super cute. I did wear this yesterday and test it out. It's so beautiful on the skin. Oh my goodness. The compacts. Look at how pretty this is. I mean, I just want to keep staring at it. It's so pretty. I have the shade Vanilla, and it is a cushion compact, which I love cushion compacts. Haven't used one in years, so I was very excited about this. It opens up like this. You have a nice little mirror. You've got a new and improved puff apparently, which is really nice. It's got a nice kind of point on it, so you can really get into the inner corner with it well. Like you can get right in the little nooks and crannies. It's got that little tiny kind of point to it. It's soft, it's smushy, it feels nice. And of course you open this up and you have the cushion, which to me the cushions always look so much darker than the actual foundation. That's such a funny thing, but it's true. Like when I opened this I was like, ooh, that's gonna be too dark for me. No, it is a perfect match. I have the shade Vanilla, which is the middle shade. They only have 3 shades of very pale. For me to be the middle shade, is even with me having a little more color to my skin, that's still, I could probably have used the darker shade and got away with it. So there is that. It does have a very limited shade range. Let me grab my notes because I left them in my office. So this is meant to give that kind of glass skin look, which I think is so pretty, and I enjoy that finish. But it's a tricky finish. If you have textured skin, mature skin a little bit, it can exacerbate texture. So it's a fine line of getting that glass skin look without it showing every imperfection and it all catching the light. Now this little cushion foundation manages to do just that. It makes your skin look smooth and filtered and just beautiful while still having that extreme glow to it. Like this is glowy. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a very glowy foundation. I would compare it in finish to the Laura Mercier Light Revealer, I believe is what it's called. It's very similar to the Laura Mercier Super Glowy Tinted Moisturizer. It's just gorgeous. And it just looks pretty on the skin without exacerbating texture or anything like that. It just makes your skin look so healthy. And it also has a surprising level of coverage, which I wasn't expecting. So this retails for $34. It says makeup and skincare in one, and it has long-lasting coverage. It did wear really well yesterday. Like I was pretty surprised, and I didn't really powder it except for like right here in the T-zone where it applied some concealer. It's a very hydrating formula, and it is quite hydrating, which is great for this time of year. I'm having some surface dryness from just the weather and just very surface level dry, a little bit of flaking, but my skin is still pretty much a little more on the oily side from underneath. I have combo skin. But yeah, moisturizing, fixing polymer that is long lasting, fused with Missha's Night Repair Ampule, which I don't really know what that is. So I'll put it on the screen, like the details about that. I'm assuming it's a very hydrating product and something meant to nourish the skin. It says it's good for all skin types and great for sensitive skin. And it is a fairly clean formula from what I've read. It is free of parabens, phthalates, cruelty-free, just like all the things. It said like 10 free, and it listed off so many things that I've never even seen before. Let's go ahead and apply some of this on. It has a nice level of coverage that I really was not expecting. I was expecting this to be very, very sheer, in the same way like the Laura Mercier is. It doesn't have like a ton of coverage. This actually has more coverage. I would say it's buildable to like a medium level coverage. You can definitely shear it out and you have some versatility there. I really enjoyed applying it with the cushion. It's a lovely experience. If you've never used a cushion foundation, it to me is one of those very satisfying, kind of pleasurable experiences. There's something about the patting it on and blending it out that way that is just fantastic. And I've always been a fan of the cushion foundation. It's just been a very long time since I've had one. You know what one of the best one was? Oddly enough, was one from Wet n Wild, which me and my friend Claire have been talking about lately, missing it. It was so good. I had bought backups of it and they'd expired on me because it has SPF in it, so I had to declutter them, but man, that was a good one. Let me know down below if you have cushion foundations that you love that are not luxury brand. I know the luxury brands have cushion foundations. Girl, I'm not spending that much on a foundation. So if you have any kind of mid-level K-beauty brands, whatever, that are fairly accessible, let me know down below in the comments, because I don't like to review things that are hard to get your hands on. Missha is a fairly well-known brand at this point. I feel like I've heard of them multiple times, seen reviews of their products, always wanting to try them. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get this on the face. I'm just gonna do a little like boop, just a boop. A boop is all I'm gonna start with, and I'm just gonna start to pat that onto my cheek. And you see I had some redness and a little bit of, you know, patchiness going on. My skin is quite patchy. But I've only done my skincare today. There's no primer on my face. I did use a teeny bit of e.l.f. Pore Putty Primer to clean up the edge of my eyeliner, like on a Q-tip, just right there, but it's not like on my face. So I've only used my skincare today, which is the Dr. Barbara Sturm anti-aging stuff and some Be Nice from Sunday Riley. So no primers. Nothing like that is going on. Nothing that's gonna give any advantage. Look at that. Just a couple of pats. And yesterday I definitely had put too much initially because I didn't realize how far it would go. And I was like, oh, nearly was able to do my whole face with one little pat in there. But yeah, I mean, look at that. And that's such a great match for me. Now, that is the biggest downside, I think, with a lot of the Asian beauty brands in general. So they tend to have a slimmer shade range, for sure. A lot of the brands I have noticed have expanded their shade ranges a little bit more. But this, it only comes in the 3 shades. I don't know if I'm going to check and see if Missha has some other stuff maybe in a bigger shade range, because I have noticed that some of the Asian brands have expanded in their shade ranges in recent years. But I think as the brands have become more international, they've tended to expand their shade ranges. But look how pretty that presses into the skin. I'm going to take just a barely touch a little more to get right here at the jaw, where I tend to need just a little more coverage. And continue applying. I mean, how pretty is that? And that's just one light layer. And like I said, you can build this one and get that coverage where you need it, which is very nice. Very great versatility. And I like that it is meant to be long wearing, because a lot of times these dewier looking products tend to not wear the longest. This one, I think, has some really nice wear time to it from what I've gathered through my little bit of playing with it. But we will be focusing on that today and doing a wear test to see how it hangs out. But that was one of the major call outs with this product, was the wear time. And I like that it is geared towards all skin types. And it's just more about, hey, what finish do you want? It doesn't matter if you have oily skin. This will work for you if you just like glowy skin. I feel like more brands should do that. Just not be about whether it's going to work with a skin type so much as just what finish do you like. Right, I'm just going to build coverage where I need it. Here's one light layer. I haven't really gotten it around my nose too much. And this little puff is just so nice to work with. Like, look, I can get right up against my little eyeliner there and tighten that up. I mean, it's just so great. Get around the brows very easily. It's just really nice experience to apply foundation with this little guy. And I do believe you can wash these. All right, so let's build up a little coverage where we need. For example, I've got like a little redness right here. I'm just gonna take a tad more. Ooh, I picked up too much. I'm just gonna spread that about. But just take down that. I love the pressing motion of using a cushion. So satisfying. It really is. All right, just making sure I got my coverage level as I want. And this one, they don't say anything about like setting it. They're like, no, you're good to go. But I will set where I apply a little bit of concealer under my eyes, because I always do that, and set the T-zone. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna not set my face. But look at this glow. It looks like I have flawless filter underneath, or like on it. It looks like it has that flawless filter look to it. And I can't tell if there's like shimmer particles. There might be like a radiant kind of pearl in this, which I think is what's giving that beautiful glow. But there's no texture exacerbated. Like, everything just looks smooth and filtered and kind of flawless at the same time. Like, I'm not seeing any obvious like pores or anything like that. It looks like I have a pore filling primer on at the same time, which is very nice. Like, I would have called this almost like primer infused looking. And because this is marketed to be a very hydrating foundation, that does inherently make me think it would be good for drier skin. But I also think that combo leaning oily could definitely use this one as well. It really is just going to come down to that finish that you prefer. Alright, just doing a little perfecting. So this is just a lovely experience. I'm actually going to use this to blend out my concealer as well today. The little puff, just so we can kind of stick with that, because it's nice to use. And for concealer, I'm going to take a little bit of my, I feel like the Halo Glow, Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow 4-in-1 correcting pen will work nicely with this, because it's a lighter coverage option as well, and glowy. I feel like the finishes would just play well together. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, just right where I need it, in my darker spots, where I want to kind of highlight. But I don't feel like I need a ton of concealer today. We're going to keep the skin kind of fresh, which lends itself to this foundation, I think. So I'm just putting this where I want to brighten more than anything. And a bit at the eyes where I need the coverage on the dark circles. I'm going to blend that out with the little poof, or with the little spongy guy. I love the texture of these sponges, because they're like silicone almost feeling. They're unique. They're a unique texture that I feel like doesn't, when I've bought sponges that are meant to have a texture like this, they don't feel the same. They don't feel as good. They don't work the same. The ones that come with the cushions are where it's at. Again, that little tip on here is very handy. And like, you can fold it and manipulate it as you need as well. Look at that, blended the concealer out beautifully as well also. And yeah, this concealer definitely plays very well with this foundation. I'm gonna have to investigate Missha and see what else they got at this point, because if this foundation, cushion foundation, is this beautiful, I want to think the majority of their products have to be gorgeous. And I know they have a pretty good variety. I've seen like their BB creams and stuff being people's holy grails, or not holy grails, but like favorites videos in the past. So I've been interested in the brand for some time. Yeah, that looks great with this concealer, which this Smashbox concealer is one of my favorites too. It's very like a Touche Éclat from YSL, but more coverage. A little bit more coverage. Yeah, I mean, that looks good. And I love how you can really press the product into your skin with this sponge. And I feel like it just really helps it merge into the skin and just look really nice. And nothing looks cakey at all. Okay, so here's another close-up. I mean, I'm obsessed. It looks like there's a diffusing filter on my face. One of those like glowy diffusing filters that like you see on Instagram. That's what it looks like. Also, if you're curious about this eye look, I was kind of playing. That is another tutorial. It will be up. I do have a tutorial on this and a short. That's lovely. That is a beautiful finish. Nice. I love when a product is good, especially when it's one that I'm kind of going in a little bit blind with, like this. I've never tried anything from Missha, and it was a bit of a let's give it a go. I've heard good things kind of thing, but it wasn't a product that I like researched or anything like that I was like, oh yeah, that's something I want to buy. It was kind of, come up on the list of things to try, and I selected it on a whim to see like, hey, let's see if this is any good. All right, so I'm gonna set a little bit just under the eye area, just creasing reasons, and the whole thing, and just the tiniest bit in the T-zone, and I'm gonna use an eyeshadow brush for that so that it is the smallest amount possible. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of Fit Me loose powder, and I mean just the tiniest amount, and we're just gonna go right here just to keep the under eyes looking smooth. I do get more creasing now that I'm a bit older, and I have to kind of set that. Again, I do have a little bit of an oilier skin type sometimes, and throughout the day things will get a little dewy. All right, I'm taking just the tiniest bit on this brush and just getting right here where I get the most oil breakthrough, but just the smallest amount, just enough to set that. But I'm not going to apply any setting powder anywhere else aside from just where I need it with this little brush. I'm being very precise. My chin gets the oiliest on me and around my mouth. But even where I have put the powder, like right here, you can still see that glow coming through, and it just gives that really pretty creaminess that I like. I like a creamy, glowy finish, even if my skin is a little more on the combo leaning oily side. I just prefer that. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna set today on the face, just so we can see how this holds up, since it claims to be so long wearing. And I just really love the glow that we have happening. I mean, it looks like I have highlighter on. It's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, do my lower lash line, a little bit of blush, bronzer, contour situation, and we'll be back for the finished look in just a moment. All right, here we are with the makeup all done. I put a little bit of bronzer and blush on right back here. No highlighter, nothing like that. No more extra powder or setting. This is just the foundation. And with a little bit of bronzer right here. And oh my goodness, it's so pretty, you guys. It looks so flawless and just nice and hydrated and just healthy. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is do a wear test and see how long this holds up. It is currently 11 a.m. as we speak, so I'm going to wear this throughout the day and into the evening, and I'll do a check-in tonight. I'm going to show you in natural light how things are looking as well. And yeah, we'll see how she holds up. So far, I got high hopes. This is blush on my nose, by the way. It's not Prada where I rubbed off makeup. I dusted some blush right there. I feel like it looks like I'm just missing makeup now. I'm gonna take that and just... One reason I keep telling myself not to do super blushy nose because it just looks like I rubbed my foundation off my nose. But at the same time, if a foundation is rubbing off my nose, it's a nice little trick. Like, oh no, it's just blush. It's totally not where I rubbed my nose. But that is actually blush today. So we're just gonna cover it up like that. I also have like a red spot right there on my nose too. Ha! See? Totally just blush. But yeah, that layered up over that just fine. I wonder if this does well for touch-ups. I feel like it would. I feel like you could touch up with it. Anyway, yeah, I will see you guys in a little while, and I will do a quick little insert outdoor, so in the sunlight. Okay, here's a look outside at the foundation in indirect light. It looks so nice. Look at that glow. It looks like I got highlighter on, but in the best way. Let's go get in some sunlight and see what it looks like out here. It's so cold today. I should have put a jacket on. Let's see. How do we look in the sun? It's very windy and cold. Oh, how pretty. I think it looks pretty. So, there we go. Okay. That is in direct sunlight and indirect sunlight, now in a shadow. But I think it's such a nice foundation. I think it looks great. So yeah, I will check in maybe midway through the day and we'll see how things are looking. And then of course tonight. So okay, check-in time. It is 5 o'clock in the evening, and guess what? The eyeliner I used today bled a lot because I was not asleep, but I was laying down just kind of watching Kirsty Meakin do some nails because I find that relaxing to watch sometimes. I had to finish most of my work for the day, just killing some time until dinner. And just from the little bit that my eyes kind of watered and stuff, I had eyeliner from one end to the other. So I've used a Q-tip and kind of tried to clean that up a little bit. But aside from that, the foundation itself looks awesome. Like, I've been laying down on this side. It looks fine. I don't feel tacky or like oily feeling. It just looks nice and glowy. It looks like it did when I first put it on. Little bit of maybe shine breakthrough right here, and that's about it. And on my nose, because I guess I broke my nose. But I've had lunch. I've been doing stuff throughout the day, what little I can do at the moment with my foot. But the foundation looks great, I think. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, to fix this under eye situation, I'm going to try to do a little touch up with this. I am just going to take just a touch of it and come under here. And we're going to repair that lower lash line. Yep, I know the mascara I used today isn't waterproof, but it never does that. What happened under these eyes? So I'm thinking it was the eyeliner. It was not my normal one. I just grabbed it. It's like, hey, let's use this one today. So that's getting decluttered. Anyway, look at there. This is working perfectly for some touching up. Cool. Totally fixed. Cool. So yeah, you could definitely throw this in your bag and touch up with it if you needed to. If you did something goofy like I did. And kind of press everything back into the skin. I feel like it like freshened everything up a little. Alright. Beautiful. Yeah, this stuff looks great. Looks great. It is creamy, glassy, glazed skin. Goodness. Now to keep from getting any more transfer under my eyes, I am going to put some more powder. Just a little tiny bit. Because I still have to leave the house. I'm attempting leaving the house. I'm going to get dinner. And I have to go to the grocery store. And this will be the first time I'm putting shoes on. Send prayer. Send prayers. Because I've got a very messed up foot. Okay. Just gonna dust a little bitty bit of powder under here. Just enough to hopefully keep anything from transferring. I might have dozed off for a little bit while I was watching videos, so yeah. But man, that touched up so well. The eyeliner that I put, only place I put eyeliner today was in my waterline. Still in my waterline, but it was also down here, and it was all under here. So lesson learned there. I'm just gonna touch up right here. Oh, I know my nose was missing coverage because I wiped it. Because I forgot. I have a really bad habit of like rubbing my nose until I'm forgetting that I have makeup on. But anyways, this is just a pre-dinner leaving the house touch up. It's Friday night. I want to look cute-ish. Cute as possibly can be. But this has been on what, since 11 today? Well, actually it's been a little bit longer than that. But the whole face was finished at 11. So I'd say it's been on about since 10:30 today. 5 o'clock now. I think that's pretty good. And I'm in the night check-in as well, but I think we're going strong. Gonna touch the lips up. Lip liner's still going strong too. Look at that. What did I eat today? I just ate oatmeal, so put a little more lipstick on. And I think I'm gonna put some gloss. My lips feel real dry. Real dry. So I will see you guys again before bedtime, before face washing time. And we will do one more little check-in. Just kind of get the head sorted out here. I was laying on it. One half of my head is curling really well, the other half is not so much. Alright, I'll see you guys before bedtime. Let's see how things are holding up. Let me get in close. But I think we look pretty good. And we are home from dinner, groceries, and all that jazz. Been home a little bit now. So it is it's 8 o'clock. So I'm ready to wash my face. It's the end of the day. It's time for bed. It's time for me to get in my hot bath and wash this face. So I do have a little bit of makeup gone because I had tacos and had to wipe my mouth. So anyway, the rest of the face, even where I laid on it, I mean, it looks really good. The coverage is great. It doesn't feel sticky. Like, I don't think I had to have said this really, but yeah, it's wearing beautifully. Wore beautifully. So we had on since about 10 o'clock this morning. It's a decent little wear time, and I think it could still be going and still look great. Like, I definitely think we could get some more hours out of this. So my final verdict as of this video is that the Missha glow layering cushion is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think it is just beautiful. I love the way it looks on my nose. I don't always like the way product sits on my nose. That one sits beautifully. So yeah, I think this is a beautiful product. If you can find a shade that matches you, it's beautiful. That is the biggest downside, is that it has just 3 very limiting shade range, that there's not much variance between the shades. I mean, if I'm the middle shade, girl. But anyway, So yeah, let me know down below some more foundations that you would like to see me test out. Drop them in the comments, and if you know any good cushion foundations, because I love cushion foundations, particularly something like this finish. This is what I like. Long wearing, yet still glowy, but not greasy. I'm picky with that. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky.